I don't know who needs to hear this, but your backswing may be a little too high. When we have a higher backswing, I personally think it makes it a lot more difficult to manage. I think a lot of bowlers that have the high backswing, that artificially create that high backswing, that manufacture that high backswing, have a tendency to also wait for the high backswing to come down and try to put their body in the correct timing. And with bowlers, a majority of bowlers having earlier timing, those are two things that kind of cancel each other out. If you have the higher backswing, you've got to have the later timing. And that goes back to the idea of slide foot to the foul line first and then release the bowling ball. And if you're not getting your slide foot to the foul line first, then you're having that early timing. And having that high backswing is almost serves no purpose, only for aesthetics. But so the idea is that we should lower that higher backswing, we should lower that higher backswing to a more controllable height, about shoulder height, slightly above shoulder height. Think Chris Prather, he has a really good backswing, and go from there. And another way to think about it is like going to the gym and trying to lift a very heavy weight that you know that you can't lift yet. And so it's kind of like ego lifting. You think it's cool, you try to look cool, but you know that you're going to have to compromise your form in order to lift that heavier weight. So same idea with having a higher backswing. It looks cool, but set the weight down and let's lower that backswing to something that's more manageable and then go from there. This is temporary, it's not permanent, and you'll find that it'll make getting your body into that correct timing a lot easier and more natural, and also getting to your release point will smoothly transition from having a lower backswing because your body's naturally moving in its natural kind of state, if that makes sense.